you know, just because the tech's there, I mean, it's being utilised. And I can assure you that whilst, yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim done very, very well, it's very popular, other games devs, it had a lot of Microsoft Flight Sim's had a lot of criticism aimed at it, particularly when it first came out. No one could run it at all. You know, so frankly, there aren't going to be game devs lining up to do that, because your average game, you know, say you release a Call of Duty with crowd-based streaming, and only 10% of the people who would otherwise play it, like they usually do it, have the bandwidth to play it. Now, you may still sell it to a lot more than that 10%. You might sell it to 80%. So that means that 70% of them are having a shit experience. And the second you release your next game, they ain't buying it, because they remember the shit they had on the last one. I get what you're saying. I completely understand. I get what you're saying. My argument would be that you're still rendering 95% of what's on screen with direct GPU access, because all you're really looking at is skybox, fucking very distant textures for the stuff that's being streamed in. Anything, as you say, being interactive with an interactive range needing to be developed or needing to be generated from the GPU, the RAM, and the CPU. So, you know, it still necessitates the need to have some serious juice in your computer. If you can operate part of that with the internet, then that's true. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure what Microsoft Flight Sim does with Saturday. Yeah, no, I get it. I suppose it comes with space, lots of creative license as well. I mean, it's one thing if you're recreating the solar system, for example. Most people play it, they probably know what Earth looks like, probably know different planets in our solar system. But if you're talking about population, I don't know, Alpha, what's that, like, pick a random solar system, exactly, no one honestly there, they put whatever they want to do, and they have to do it. I think that is mainly because they've created like 400 billion stars, and I guess quintillions of planets, because I mean, I've been into solar systems, I believe, for like 20 odd planets, and although some of those are tiny star systems, so again, big stars, it's not literally 400 billion separate systems, but by the same token, there's so much. That's it. The only ones that they really have looked into significant, microscopic detail of trying to recreate would be obviously the solar system, naturally. I imagine Betelgeuse and that system, because Betelgeuse is our nearest system. The next one we are quite familiar with as Alpha Centauri is also very close, except very close with the rocket. It's about 7.5 miles. But universally speaking, that's their Betelgeuse, which is, I think, in fact, Betelgeuse is birthday, it's about 12 years. So, so between Alpha Centauri and Betelgeuse, are basically on nearest neighbours. I'd be surprised if anyone would question anything in solar systems that further out from those. And obviously we know about that. Well, I say no. Yeah. If I landed on the space station with these days, with so much there, I'd be able to check it out quite well. But there aren't. I mean, even where we're at now, and where we've been for a few years, I mean, I would argue, from my perspective alone, but we've already seen some really good shit. I remember as a child, like, 8, 9, 10 years old, talking to friends, playing video games, and talking to them, like we were playing the first 3D games, like Doom and stuff, and being like, imagine virtual reality, and imagine if you could just, like, be in the game, or one day, we're there, it's done. Imagine if this looked like we were live, we're there. Games these days, some of them look, the reason that they often don't call you, they look better, exactly better than life. They're sharper, they're brighter, they're more vibrant. A bit of grit and grizzle on them, they actually might start to look more real. But yeah, I mean, I would say, childhood me, if he could just adapt to 2023 and just spend a day in my ship, oh my god, I would have wanted to go back. It would have been amazing. Everything I'd ever dreamed of, future-wise, we have. They did their warning planning for the voice attacks. that was all done with CG at the time. There was a huge amount of fuss made, like, oh, this is all CG, and look how real it is. Watching it at the time, I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. And I remember, again, we were talking about, like, you know, in a few years' time, imagine if computer games could get to that level. You go back and look at that now, it looks fucking awful. It looks like it belongs on a PlayStation 1. Or what we remember the PlayStation 1 to look like. It, it's obviously more impressive than a PlayStation 1, but it's got to a point now that you can really spot it. I mean, you could really spot it. I mean, obviously, you know, you've got, with your own common sense, you already know it's CG. You know, you can tell it between animatronics and CG, but I mean, it's obvious now. I mean, you can see the artifacting, but it's because, as again, I think a lot of that is because we've got used to video game graphics, so in many cases we've now surpassed it. Not always. At the end of the day, you know, some of the stuff is really simple. Lovely. Oh, what do you reckon? Oh, that's amazing. That is such a good film. That I almost prefer that to John Wick. What a fucking choice it would be. That scene in the car as well, when you fucking do the little chase scene and the music comes on. I know, I like a little smile. He's like, he comes out and gets it on. And he sits there in the car waiting and he comes out with a gun, he sees a little smile, so deep down he just wants to kill everybody. No, it's brilliant. I love it. I've seen that film so many times now. I think it's made by the guys that made it's made by the guys that made John. That's it, yeah. And he walks out and sits in the car and just waits and he's like, let's see if he comes out. The second the guy walks out, he just sees him smile on his face and like, right. Yeah, brilliant. Not to 50 and I'm about to find the fuck out. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. That scene on the bus is great as well. In fact, every signal is great. Every signal. Oh, mate. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I've had that film for about a year and a half. For about a year or so. Because I remember when I saw like a trailer of it on YouTube, and I was like, that looks quite good. And I immediately pirated it. And yeah, fucking brilliant. Love it. Yeah, so he sort of goes there with the bat and it stops, doesn't he? You can see the back of the gun, so you can see there's no bullets in it. Oh, mate. Oh, I do. I enjoy John Wick, but I don't think it's the best of the John Wick movies. I really liked Donnie Yen, his character in it. I thought he was brilliant. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the John Wick movies. I like the world they created there. But nobody kind of feels like John Wick on a lower budget in many ways I prefer it. It's brilliant. The bloke in it, the guy from Better Call Saul, fucking brilliant. I really liked him in that film. Came across fucking great. And every time he tries to tell people about his sordid past, they always end up dead before he gets to the end. And it's like, oh well, I'm what they call it? It was I'm not sorry, an auditor, that's it, you know, like, you know. So I'm the guy who go in there, you know, you can't have anyone left alive. And he looked down and he's dead. Like every time, then when he's blowing his own house up, it's just like, so I tried that. You know, I didn't get it. He felt like my own. So he's chatting, all like, he turns around there and he's dead. Oh. There's a quote made of that What's it? The same guys that made John Wick made that. It's part of the same universe, so technically those characters coexist. Imagine that team up. But I really, really want to see a sequel. It really does. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes long, so it's really short, isn't it? I love the way dense this fucking I love the way dense this fucking as well. Starting to pick up and it's like that. Sit down, okay, you go back. No, it's brilliant. In every way. So good. But fucking right. Yeah, he goes in there after decking his son, he just puts his bag of gold on the fucking deck. He's like, yeah, we'll take it. He's like, hey, wait a minute, we're not gonna. He's like, shut up and sit down. Sit down and shut up. I'll take it. You've got to do it. Well, that's it, isn't it? He was like, you know, oh yeah, it's a fair offer, and he was like, it is a fair offer. But I've worked this for my whole life. Fair offer ain't gonna do it. I want an amazing offer. Oh, here's a bag of gold. I'll take it. Done. No, I love the fact that his dad is the fucking dog from Back to the Future. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the one down that, yeah, with all of them lined up, that was brilliant. I say, again, Christopher Lloyd with his shotguns, man, it's like when he turns up in the warehouse, he's just like, with that painting he nicked off the case that he carries around with him for the last half of the movie. Yeah, so he's like, did you bring enough shotguns? He's like, yeah, did you bring enough Russians? Well, before Richie for a start, we don't see him on the bus yet because he gets out of water. But he got fucking early and closest. That was, he did walk out of there, I think. Just getting back up and carrying on. You know, during the long job. Yeah. Yeah, that was they've done that a few times. They did it in it's not the same, but it's exactly the same, but they were thinking through the glass tackle and like the second one back and forth. I was like, okay, come on. Kicked him through 20 of them now to move on. Yeah, much as I like something, like I would decide for bits a bit dark. The beauty of Nobody, as you say, is it was gritty and it was real. You know, that fight on the bus, you know, he gets fucked up, he gets stabbed in the leg, it's fucking this dirt and that dirt, he's covered in blood off, he lives off, but he beats the shit out of all of them. When he gets shot in the shoulder, in fact, when all of them get shot, it's not just like, oh, I've been shot. I mean, you can tell, you know, it hurt and it drops him for a second, and they kind of like, you know, they can't just get up and carry on easy. It's more real in the sense, you know, John Wick, we can talk to him, again, they're very good at things, but it's not fucking 40 time. Fully automatic weapons. I'm sorry, at that range of an M16, a few of the bullets are going through. There's no Kevlar been invented that can block all of that. Yeah. That's it. all of your ribs are broken, you know, you've got internal bleeding, whether or not the bullets have gone through or not. And some of them will, because after the first hit goes, the structural integrity of your vest. It's the same as if you come off a motorbike. You can't put the fucking crash helmet back on and hope it's going to protect you on the next one. It might look okay, but that crash helmet is now fucked. It goes in the bin, you need to buy a new one. Because the moment it takes an impact, if you punch a crash helmet, you need to go buy a new one. Because that slight impact, even though you won't have any visible damage, will mean that as of now, if you come off a bike at 70 miles an hour, you might as well not be wearing anything at all. To be honest, if you come off a bike at 70 miles an hour, you might as well not be wearing anything at all anyway, because you're probably going to die. But, yeah. What, that will be to do that kind of speed? Right, no. I remember you told me about that. Really? You okay? You get hurt? But no, well, I'm glad to see. I didn't realise you hadn't watched it. It's one of those films, nobody, but I always forget about it. But yeah, it's fucking epic. I love that movie. It's weird that I always forget to recommend it to people. Yeah, so good. Yeah, but Jay's got a problem with the suspension of disbelief, hasn't he? Selectively, he'll watch some shit. Another sci-fi fantasy and be like, yeah, that's great. But then he watches John Wick and he's like, oh, that's not real, that's not real. Yeah, a little bit, yes, getting out. And to be fair, as I spoke to you Saturday, nobody is grounded in reality. But yeah, such a good movie. The karaoke gangster. Although then again he messes up that other one, doesn't he, when he gets that glass and smashes it on the table. Nasty way to go. He goes outside, punches the shit out of a wall, doesn't he? He's got his blood up, and then and it's like, and I think when those buttons crash, he's like, "Thank you, God." It was also just to see a fact that he kept his cool while he was being verbal. He let him get away with it. He took all the shit from his fucking brother-in-law, took all the shit from his father-in-law. Everyone was like, what are you, some sort of pussy? And then his daughter's like, oh, they stole my bracelet. And he's like, right, motherfuckers are dead. And then out the door, goes to his dad's house. Dad, I'm borrowing the gun. I've got some shit to do. And he's like, okay, well, you best go do it then. And off he goes to fucking go murder some people. So yeah, brilliant. The Kit Kat racing that turned out to be in the oh yeah, that, yeah, brilliant. No, that's it. And it didn't leave any stupid plot holes in it. It was nothing silly. So it's like, for example, when he explains when he's prepping his basement with all of those fucking assassins in it that came there to kill him. There's that one guy that's left alive on the couch, and he's just like, oh, of course, this basement's been rigged to, otherwise he goes, oh, you know, human body or human bone actually melts rash at 10,000 degrees or something. It's like, but it's okay, I might just look and set up to deal with double vacuum. You know, so that way nobody finding your bodies when they come to sit through the wreckage and stuff like that. So it gets explained away. Otherwise, you'd have been going, well, hang on, someone's going to find like 12 dead people in the basement. The only thing that that they don't resolve is that he nicks his neighbour's car and playing through with the rest of the neighbourhood. So if you imagine there's some comeback there. But I mean, his house is just a blow over. Nobody cares at that point. I also like the fact his wife wasn't a knob about it. Like, she was so... and that's why one of the reasons I like to see a sequel. You get the impression that this wasn't a revelation to her. And she's talking about having stitched him up a few times. Well, I've watched it a few times, so I've actually seen more tells I've been looking for it. And there's the fact that, you know, she sat there and they talk about how, you know, she's stitching him back up after he fucks up those guys on the bus. He's talking about just like old times and stuff, and he makes mention, he's like, do you remember who we were, what we were? And he's like, because I do, and stuff like that. It's like, you know, well, he could do, and that's what I thought at first, but as you look into more, you start to see things. A bit of both. You start to see bits. I've seen that film a dozen times now, because I really enjoy it, and I might watch it again tonight. I've spoken about it this time, but no, it's really good, so I've seen that whole bunch. And yeah, there are hints to it. And there's also just a reality, you know, when he takes her out of the basement with the kids and just leads her through the house full of dead people. She barely bats an eyelid. As she's getting into the car to drive off, you know, she was like, we are going to need to talk about this. I was like, yeah, but not now. Have you ever met a woman that would be like, okay, no problem. With that, and you know, they've just walked past the 20 dead people in the lounge. Well, that's it. You know, even if we consider and debate, you know, the greater meaning or what she did and didn't know. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. His son ain't gonna think he's a pussy anymore, is he? You see all these arm toys, kid? Yeah, I just did that. There's 3 more of them about a mile down the road. I just jogged back because I was in the boot, but they're all dead now as well. Are you impressed yet? Very, very different role for what's his name. Sol Goodman was a bit of a pussy, wasn't he? Really, you know, he was folded very quickly. He was terrified of water. Oh, really? Oh, literally. He's brilliant in what's it called, in Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's a really, really good show. I know that you feel it paints the wrong picture in there, but I think you should watch it because I do think it's there. And that wasn't enough to help you. Okay. Yeah, wondering about cooking it yourself.
Well, it's understanding moderation at the end of the day. You know, some people, unfortunately, just can't. That's where you get your addicts. They don't do moderation. Usually, again, this has been criticism, but I'm actually going to take it as such. But usually, I find that those are the people who aren't working because they've got too much time to indulge their addictions. You know, when you're at work for 40 hours a day, that's 9 hours a day, you can't be fucking, you know, stuffing stuff in your arm or doing anything else. You need to be nice and sharp between the ears. So yeah, you know, I come home, I'm a fucking degenerate, mate. I finish work and I'm immediately on the fucking bank. But then it seems like that I can't sit here all day doing it. Whenever I'm on holiday, I'm off for a week after next. I've got the whole week off, 9 days off. And I will be a complete degenerate. But with my day free, I will be almost entirely nocturnal. Sleep during the day and awake at night. I'll smoke so much weed over that period that it will probably be enough to wipe out a fucking rhino. You know, and I will be a complete degenerate. I'll leave the house half a dozen times to go and get fucking supplies. And I will spend most of that week in my dressing gown or in my pants. But that's what happens to me when I'm not at work. If I don't work, that's why I have to work. Because otherwise I'd turn into a J. I would. Give me half a chance, I would. Sorry, that's cool. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm just right.
At least that's how I find it. The people I've known that were like truly addicts. It's because they don't really have anything else. It was literally that the day. Yeah, they wake up, they get on the phones, they keep doing it until they get sleep. Rinse and repeat. The only time they don't have is when they run out, they're trying to get half the time they need until they can. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I buy an eighth, maybe 2/8 occasionally. I buy between an eighth and a quarter a week in weed. Some weeks, like if I'm like a couple of weeks' time when I'm off work, an eighth ain't gonna last me a week. I'll go for at least a quarter, maybe even more. Your average week where I'm working and I'm just having a few spliffs in the evening, an eighth will normally last me a week. And an eighth, I can now get an eighth for 25 quid. So that's basically, technically, my average month is 100 quid for weed. And if I wasn't smoking weed, I look back to times I didn't smoke weed, and what I would do instead would be go down the pub. One night down the pub would cost me about £7. Yeah, that's exactly that. I am saving myself a fortune by being a drug addict. A functional drug addict. I saved myself an absolute fortune. Yeah. Yeah, because if I wasn't, I'd be down the pub, 2, 3, maybe 4 nights in a week. I'm spending a monkey a fucking week, you know? £2 a month. Nah. Much better off spending fucking 100 quid a month. Maybe, probably, in my case, it's probably more like 125 to 150, I suppose. Probably about 125 a month. It is. And my only real advice for you, these days, I've always been here in the house. When was the last time you I've got cans of beer in my flat that I hold in the water country. Well, maybe not. You know, I've got beer. If you were in the UK, you'd have one of mine. You know, so long way to go from that, Carly. See, we're supposed to have a home. I got pulled up by the way. It's like Williams. Like, well, take it early, mate. You know, it's got hurricane, whatever. It's like some stupid name, names, like hurricane or some shit like that. Oh, yeah, it's a storm after 12. Like, right. Apparently, it's somewhere in the UK right now. Well, it's supposed to be over here at this point. First somewhere in the Atlantic then. I mean, there's always a hurricane out there somewhere, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, that one makes sense. Yeah, that can make sense. Yeah, it's a bit of a start here. Mate, our stuff's shit. We had, no, I mean, last year was extremely good. The year before was really good as well. Ironically, the pandemic year, ironically, the pandemic year, with the lockdown, we spent half our summer at 40 degrees. This year, we had, I think May was quite good. It looked like we had a really good summer. May was hitting like 90 degrees a couple of times. It was sitting in the 80s most days. We were like, okay, nice, good start. June was quite nice. July was the coldest on record. August was one of the wettest on record. September has been garbage, with the exception of 2 weeks that were inexplicably really hot. And now it's back to being shit. And we won't see anything fucking, I don't know, April, May. You know, it's going to be downhill from here. So, yeah, all being told, it's been a really shit summer, it's been a really wet summer. You know, it's been the way that a lot of people just go, like, I think when a lot of people think in England, they don't live in England, they think of this perpetually raining fucking continent. And to be fair, it's not like that. You know, we have like we've got that where we're very much like the States in that sense. You know, I would say we're in New York and stuff in that sense, but obviously, you know, just it's more what's going on in the south of England is usually going on in the north of England for the most part. But yeah, this year has been particularly stereotypical in that sense. You know, it's been very wet, just miserable and grey. I think it's been a good year for all the climate fucking what's the conspiracy theorists all like the world's gonna end. But you know, I see, you know, you have with a slightly hot fucking pump, and they're like, that's it, it's because the ozone's all gone, we're all going to boil our lives. You'd actually like it. So you can say you were right if you die. That's the thing is, it's like you've been saying many times now, you know, the world will end, ostensibly. We will have a natural disaster, a climate shift of epic proportions that wipes out 99% of fucking life on the planet. But it'll come from goodwill, what we have to do with us is we have to be living on a planet that every 20,000 years or so does exactly that. When we're going to win or not. You know, we'll blame it on us because our needs to be in the centre of everything, and our needs and for everything we do is everything. Well, it's I know, it all stems back from our needs to believe in an afterlife, essentially. It's this need for people to believe this, that everything we do is fate and we're going to a better place, because God forbid, you can't imagine, you know, no one looks at dogs and cats and thinks, oh, you know, they're going to go ahead and they'll get reincarnated. No, apparently humans all think it's just humans, because God forbid, if these dogs and cats were just like every other animal we look out on the planet, we just die and that's fucking that. It'd be alright, everyone would fucking unbelievably depressed. Everything you're doing is essentially moving to nothing. And that's life, but unfortunately most humans are too fucking fragile to accept it, so they make up gods and deities and religions and they're self-important to their own society. So but what they do has no meaning. You can't just be that you're born, you live and you die, because, you know, that'd be far too long. It's our own fucking hubris, our own pride. That's what we're victims of. Can't see past ourselves as a society. It's like they say, nothing but black when you're a person smart, but people are done panicking animals. Yeah. One of the best lines in that movie is one of the best quotes. Oh, tell me being smart. No, the person is smart. People are dumb and the animals do nothing. There's a couple, to be honest. You know, there's the other one as well, in the same conversation, where it's just like, you know, 300 years ago, you knew the Earth was flat. You know, the Earth, the centre of the universe. You know, 100 years ago or 200 years ago, we knew the Earth was flat. And he goes, 10 minutes ago, you knew we were alone in this universe. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. It's not the way well, it's not underrated, yeah. There is some actually quite smart, farting stuff in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, trannies. But no, I mean, what it is though, it's you know, we're so compared to all of history, we have so little to really worry about these days. I mean, you know, we've all got problems for sure. Shit that we've got, we're still living, you know, this and that. But when you really stop and think about it, yeah, we've got, you know, we don't have to hunt for our food, we don't have to worry about freezing to death or starving to death, you know, we've got creature comforts, we've got entertainment on demand, whatever we want at our fingertips at all moments. You know, you've got the internet, which is essentially a fucking sounding board these days for people to fucking get validation on their pointless fucking theories, but they all do what everyone wants to know what they're thinking. You know, we live in that world now where we've got that little to worry about, we've started inventing problems. Gay rights, trans rights, you know. So in society, it's such a point of opulence that they end up destroying themselves with worthless meaningless shit. What was it? It was, do you remember Red Bull? It was a British. Okay, so Red Bull, it was a British sitcom that ran for years and seasons. It was actually really good back in the 80s and early 90s. And it was set in space, basically. It followed a little puggy who fucking lister, who was the chicken. Essentially, it was the chicken soup vending machine repairman on this fucking spaceship, on this huge fucking mining ship, set in the future. He ends up getting a cat, but you're not supposed to have in space because if they got loose on the ship or got into a vent or something, they could nip on a wire here or a fucking fuse there, and before you know it, you're flying backwards with the whole fucking ship's on fire. So there's a strict now policy against this cat on the planet, and then gets sure leave on. Gets caught because he won't give the cats up. He gets put into stasis. While he's in stasis, the other main character in the show his supervisor in the chicken repair or the chicken vending machine repair business essentially does a bad job fixing a chicken vending machine, which causes a massive fucking electrical issue which goes throughout the ship and basically wipes out everyone on the ship. And Lister, because the ship's AI Molly keeps everything running, it keeps him in stasis until the radiations at a safe level are there now, which turns out to be something like 20 million years. So 20 million years later, he emerges from stasis with nothing but Rimmer, who is now a hologram, and probably the least popular person on the planet or in the world to keep him company. They're off course, lost in space, no way to know, thousands of years away from Earth, not even knowing if the human race still exists. And there's another life form running around on the ship, which basically is like a humanoid cat. What happened was that Lister's cat, which never got found because the whole crew died, very quickly after we went into stasis, ended up evolving over millions of years, eons, into a humanoid species. Apparently at one point there were tens of thousands of them, but they ended up getting into a ridiculous fucking religious war over what, because they both essentially believed the exact same thing, and had belief in the same God, aside from the fact that one of them believed that God wanted them to wear these ridiculous yellow hats, and one of them thought that they should be wearing blue. And they literally had a fucking pseudo-religious war over which coloured hats they should wear, but lasted thousands of years until eventually the entire fucking cat civilization was wiped out by themselves over which colour pointy hat they should wear. And all that was left was the cat, who ends up being a companion. And it's just this ironic, because even back in the 70s, in a stupid, in an ironic fucking sitcom, it kind of showed exactly what we've just been talking about, which is when you've got literally nothing to worry about anymore, and so you end up fucking destroying your civilization over the most pointless thing. Like, for example, which colour pointy hat your fucking made-up deity wants you to wear. It was a funny show, that I was really honest. Well, if enough of the next generation shot their drugs, then there won't be a generation to follow them. Which, given the way things are going, maybe ain't such a bad idea. We ain't going to need a way away. We won't be around this year. Not really. And let's face it, these days, maybe the guys that still got their cocks don't want to fucking do them. Because we all come to the conclusion, but why the fuck do we grab ourselves with that fucking word? Why would you contemplate getting a bird pregnant in ways and so that she can take your children away and then make you pay for them and her and you fucking fella for the next 18 fucking years. Yeah, it makes perfect sense for them. Perfect for them, but the guy's expensive by such. I remember I was married to her. I remember I met this bird online, and we were on the phone talking, and I remember her literally, we don't even chat about 20 minutes, and suddenly she starts talking about how she needs to fucking have a baby soon, because she's gonna, because you know, she's like 35, and in a couple of years she's too old and won't be able to have me anymore. And she went on about it for like 20 minutes, how desperate she is to have a kid, and I'll tell you, I couldn't hang up quick enough. I was like, there's no way. I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't risk it. But if you are that fucking desperate to have a child, you know, you're just gonna fucking. I know exactly what you're looking for, and I am not on that part. I do not want to part of that part. You know, she already had one child already, and obviously she wasn't with her dad. She was paying her, you know, child maintenance and what have you. And it's like, oh right, so you've got a taste of it, so now you want a bit more of it. Yeah, well, you want to get a widescreen telly, you better have another kid and get some more money. Yeah. You know, while you're on the floor that you won't pay for itself. It's stuff like that. It's just unbelievable. It is. I mean, in Britain there is a trend. It's not in but there is definitely a large group of people for whom the aspiration is have a kid, don't ever have to work, and you know, just let the state pay for you. Because the stupid thing in this country is that you are literally paid for having fucking children. I think it's ridiculous, you know. Every scientist on the planet can tell you, think that we wipe out the human race is that we haven't got enough fucking land and we are overpopulated, yet they will pay you to have kids, multiple fucking kids. It should be licensed, just like they were planning on doing in China. I don't know if they ever did, but you should need to apply for a license to have a kid, because at least that way they can vet you and make sure that you're someone who should even have a fucking child. And there should be a rule that if you can't feed them, you shouldn't be allowed to breed them. Period. And if that's not the case, and you have them anyway, but you can't feed them, well, I guess you and your fucking kids are going to go hungry, ain't you? I don't think it's like, yeah, oh, you can't afford it. Well, what am I going to do? Well, I guess you'll start to death. Do it quietly. No one else wants to listen to you. No, but I think if it was put to a vote, people genuinely vote with their hearts, the majority would say, as far as we can see, for kids' new responsibility. If you can't afford to keep them, you shouldn't fucking have them. Sure, but I guarantee you now, mate. I guarantee you right now that if our countries didn't promote having kids to the point of paying people to do it, essentially paying them a salary to have them, there would be a lot less kids. Like, people would be a lot more careful when it came to promiscuous sex. If you have a kid, it's on you. And if you can't feed it, rightfully so, the kid gets put in a home and you go to prison. That should be it. You know, if you get to a point where that child needs to be taken away because it hasn't had a meal in a week, and you've got no roof over its head, then fine. But the child in a form of foster care or in a home with deal with day or two something some kids home, and that could be taken to school and had it there. But then that fucking parent chucks it up to them. And even if you know that's the result, you are the fucking look after that child, take off, you'll get propped up. You see how many people actually do the steps about actually considering the potential. qualifications, everyone would be putting their fucking, everyone would be covering up. Everyone. Men literally would be literally watching that bird take their fucking morning after pill and, you know, you'd be checking the non for fucking every inch of it to make sure it didn't have a bit in it, because the last thing you want is that. Well, for some people, as I told you, mate, some people want to get knocked up there, which I believe in that, but as soon as they got the kid, they're getting they're getting paid by the government, they're not expected to work, they get a paycheck plus the child allowance from the government, and as soon as that little shit that got knocked up actually gets his ass and gets a job at some point, they immediately go to CSA, who immediately take basically they get an attachment of earnings. So yeah, it's not even an issue of him paying, they will have it deducted from every penny that he earns before he earns it. And they take something like 20-30%. You know, and this is another reason that I'm as careful as I am, mate. Yeah, I say it's another reason I'm as careful as I am. Again, this isn't me bragging, I'm not trying to be big-headed, but that type of woman, I'm a fucking whale. Like, get a kid off the thing, they're set up for life. They get an attachment to my earnings, they're never going to have to work another day in their life. 30% of what I earn, they are set up for the rest of their life. As long as I'm earning. I mean, it's like, you know, a person can live a very comfortable life on what I spend on video games and a month alone half the time. You know, that would cover all of it. Yeah. And you got to wonder what's the missed more, kids. Yeah. I mean, that's it. I've got to wonder what's the missed more. Then, yeah, the kids are the money. I imagine it's probably the money. Yeah. And I bet afterwards you weren't able to get an attachment of 30% of earlier just to cover the kids, were you? What a month? I've got to tell you, mate, I get an unimaginable swell of satisfaction knowing that there's somewhere in this world there is a man who's got child fucking support money monthly after a woman. Even if he never received a penny of it, just the fact that she was forced into that position makes me furiously happy, because it's usually the other way around, and that is fucking music to my ears. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that courtroom when the judge told her that she needed to pay you for fucking child maintenance. Oh, I would have died laughing. I actually would have died laughing. Well, they've probably never seen anything like it. I doubt they even imagined it was possible, but it did happen. Oh, I bet there would have been some serious respect for it. Honestly, I bet all the guys who were secretly was like, yeah. Followed by some fireworks. I would. It's fine. There's nothing stopping you now, mate. I mean, they're grown adults. They've already left home. Go off, go get the money. 12 grand. Buy yourself a pretty CBR. Yeah, do it out of sheer spite. That's what I do. Like, you know what? If you want custody of our 2 adult children, then you're fucking welcome to them. Knock yourself out. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just really like the idea of making child support. Absolutely fucking legendary. Like, I mean, and that's the difference between cheating on the son. But yeah. But that's it. It's also, again, it's the thing, isn't it? You took her to court because you felt the kids were better off with you than her. You were doing it for the kids. When a woman does it, they're after your money. When they try to get full custody, it's because that means it's worth more to you. They're not doing it for the kids. 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh, you know, they'll be like, oh, he's actually blah, blah. But then they'll sit there and like, then they'll be like, as soon as the relationship goes sour, like, they'll sort of go, oh, well, you know, the abuse. What abuse? Did he hit you? Well, not exactly, kinda. Or, you know, and they'll immediately be like, oh, I was in a toxic relationship, I left control it. Oh, well, that's abuse, that's fine, yeah, we can file on that. That's, you know, you're such a strong, independent woman. For you, let's fucking take it to the cleaners. And yeah, they are in it. They get custody for all the kids, and then to hold those children over the father's head. If you ever want to see them, you need to do what I say. You know, children get used by women as a threat, as a cuddle. Yeah, but they are used to cuddle to beat their ex-partners over the head so regularly in so many relationships. You see it and hear it, where children are used to, are recognised by the mum. The mum that wants to care for them so much, you know, protecting them from the fathers. 9 times out of 10, they would be good dads, but they are weaponised. One from weaponised to get them out to stay with them, weaponised to get money, weaponised to let this go, let that go, to allow this. It's always the threat of, you don't do what I want you to do, you won't see your children again. All I need to do is say you hit me or something, and they'll believe me, because the courts will always believe me. And they fucking know it. But they are. Although I do have to say that the whole women always getting the automatically believed, men automatically being disbelieved, I think the one thing, and again, this is feminism doing it to itself, feminism use supporters of like trans and gay and BLM and everything else because it was just another cause to jump on, and obviously they hope that they jump on theirs. So they supported it and promoted it, made a big deal about it. They probably were the ones who got it all into the limelight more than anything else initially. But just like the males are now competing in their sport events and taking all their medals away, it's kind of gone against them now, because now no one gives a fuck about feminism anymore. No one really gives a toss about sexism. All people care about now is bigotry towards racial bigotry and gender bigotry. And now, in fact, because women don't like the fact that their sporting events are being taken over by men pretending to be women, they're now considered to be the most bigoted of the bunch. So I'm seeing a lot of things like your Johnny Depp type scenarios where now males who would usually have been guilty till proven innocent are suddenly starting to get a much fairer hearing, and suddenly women are starting to lose. And I've seen that more and more in the last year or so. That is one good thing to come out of all of this trans shit, is that now, because you know, feminism's no longer the cool talking point for all of the fucking lefties, now men are actually getting a shot. I don't know, you might disagree with that, but I have seen that trend. Mm. Bad. 1 second, Doc. I've just noticed. Bad. Are you streaming our voices, by the way? Because I can see you streaming.
I don't know, mate. Probably not. I never
before we go
usually do.
into the
I never
conversation,
usually do.
before we go any further into our conversation regarding all of that, hang on, let me go back a few seconds and turn it up. That's a fucking good point. Yeah, that is a very good point. Yes, he is. He is.